Is there a concept of allocated time?
Yeah, so that's going to be in your capacity planner. And that's where you can allocate and define time. Like that's planning. So you're like, hey, we're allocating X amount of time. Now, before I go into that further, can you expand a little bit more on what you're looking for with the allocated time?
Sure. So right now we have this concept of when we build up the quote or the estimate, we have, Brandon has X many hours, Steve has X many hours, Bruce has X many hours related to this estimate. And then as we log time against it, what happens oftentimes is Steve goes way over his allocated time. And even though the amount we're under our total cost budget, Steve has blown his budget, and that now we have basically we're gonna lose money, or somebody else has to get done faster in order for us to.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the idea. So I'd like to have a way to look at all the projects and see how people are, or even from an individual's perspective, all the projects they're working on and how they're doing against their allocated time.
Yeah. So you can allocate that time based on like kind of that workload and then the percentage that somebody is going into that. So I put everybody at like a 90% on 40-hour load, but the capacity for what they can contribute to the project, there are ways to define that per individual. This was just a report. Let me go ahead.
Well, I think there's a difference between capacity and what you've been allocating.
Yeah. So there is, I think is it in program? I know there's the way to specify like this person, we're only allocating X amounts of hours for this individual. In a report, when you do logged time, I think it's, let me just look at my time. I don't have time locked. Right, maybe. There's this required time, and the utilization, which I think I have to have the work log. I need to like break it down in a specific way, but there's a way to show the utilization and somebody's gone over that utilization. Okay. So their allocation, and then you could see like they did 150% of the utilization, which would be the flag when you would see that breakdown. So you do in timesheets, you would be able to do that breakdown and see, that's where you do the allocation, and then if they went over that or not.
Is there a way burn down you kind of get an estimate? You can kind of see if you're going to be over budget based on the trajectories of things. And I'm wondering if you can see that on an individual basis.
I want to say yes, but I will need to see what report that is. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in a chart. Let me get back to you on that one.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. There's this concept of project management value that kind of gives you an idea based on your trajectory and where the budget is supposed to be, whether you're going to blow it or not, so that ahead of time, rather than finding out if you just happen to look at that report, you find out, oh shoot, we've blown it with Steve.
Right. Yeah, let me see if that's something that we can do at that individual, because I know what you're talking about, and you can do that like in your projected estimates with dashboards just in Jira, but like in the sense of tempo and like looking at it in that aspect, I need to double check.
Okay, that's fine.
So.
And that's one of the things that I'm trying to generate from the data that we get from BQE right now. It's a little hard because of the way we get our data, but
you guys are using Power BI, right?
No, I wish I was using Power BI.
Oh, I thought you guys. what connector are you?
That's
when we
what
were
I'd
just-
like to be using.
Okay.
What I'm doing right now is I've created a data model based on all the data I can get right now from BQE that Brandon has been so gracious to provide me. And I've created a tool that I think it's a JavaScript tool behind the scenes, or Python tool behind the scenes using Claude.
Right.
And what it does is it knows the data model and it reads all the data, and then it outputs everybody, like, so there's Brandon, Bruce, Steve, all the project that we're each working on, all of our allocated time, and shows where we are relative to our allocated time.
Yeah, you can definitely do that with Rovo, but there is a Power BI connector. I know you mentioned you're not using it, you want to be using it. I thought we had brought that into play with the Project Works, but it might have not been.
I mean, I have a license for Power BI, and whatever tool we get, if we don't have what we need, but we have access to the data,
Yeah,
then I will be creating a Power BI interface or somebody
right, to be able to
me
get what you need.
to get to display the stuff we need to display. So we know where the business is
Yeah.
all the time.
So Tempo does, for sure, it does have a Power BI connector. If for some reason, like, we can't get you the report, that you will have access to all of the data to be able to export that and build something. Ideally, you don't want to have to, build something again from a tool if the tool can do it. So let me see. And if it's not Tempo, but it can be done in Jira, like from a dashboard, would that be a better alternative, or would you just want to default to Power BI if Tempo can't do it?
No, I mean, if Jira can do it, I don't care where I get the information from.
Okay.
As long as it's real time and accurate.
Okay. And just so I can confirm, the burn down would be actually on their hours, not necessarily the monetary, right? Because I guess they're looking time.
They are related. They're related. So I think if it was the hours, that would be fine.
Yeah, because right, the allocation, you're allocating money, or are you allocating, like, are you saying, okay, you've got $10,000 to do this work, or are you allocating, you got 50 hours?
They're one and the same.
Okay. Okay, so you could at least still, because the hour breakdown and the forecasting of that is I know doable, as long as it's a 1-to-1 for the task and who owns the task. It does get convoluted if you have a task and 5 people are logging time against it. That's where we would have to make sure we can pull it out of Tempo, because that's the time logging versus this is your allocation estimate. This is what you've been burning down against it in the dashboard. That's easier to do, but I'll get an answer for you one way or the other.
Okay.
Would be having multiple people logging time against the same task. Most of the time, it'll probably be 1-to-1, but very often, we'll pull in someone to help us debug an issue. Well, it makes sense for them to log time against that same task that we're working on.
Okay, rather than creating a debug issue for them and linking it to that task for them to log their time against that.
Yeah, because I mean, let's say there's already an issue that like the primary developer is working on.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, okay, I'm stuck. I need some help on this. Let me go grab James to come take a look at this with me on this task I'm already working on.
More like a collaborative effort, not a total debug. It's like, I'm stuck. I need somebody who knows more, or another set of eyes to help me see what I'm seeing. Okay.
We could. I mean, it's not that hard to create a task or some kind of other line item that you can attach.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
maybe not ideal or whatever. I mean, we could go there.
I just want to be careful about not getting bogged down on
gardening. We'll call it gardening.
Yeah.
Where you have to click buttons, enter in new stuff every time you touch anything. I mean, it becomes a nightmare to manage, right?
You can always, and there are ways like a manual trigger automation where you're like, hey, we need to create and just automatically and pull in whatever details it is. And it will just automatically create it, removing that manual effort. If that is something that was like, okay, this is the only way to do it. It needs to be this one-to-one type of thing. But if there's ways around it, then obviously we don't have to. But there are ways to make it from having it be so manual of creating a task. If it's just like, this is something we do that might happen pretty frequently.
Real quick, I've implemented Jira for over 200 companies. By far, the number one reason teams reach out to us is because they built what they thought was a great solution, only to realize that nobody actually ended up using it. And if that sounds familiar, that's exactly what we help you fix. We're currently taking on new projects 4 to 6 weeks out. And if you want help implementing Jira in a way that your team will actually use, hit the first link in the description below.